And so welcome everybody to a special video about a project of mine which I hope to be able to release in the future. And it's a compatibility pack for Solstheim Overhaul mod by WallyBB, which is a fantastic mod, but given its scope, it's conflicting with several other mods, and this package, which I hope to be able to release in a short time, is changing the base Solstheim Overhaul mod to be more cleaned and a little more compatible, and is changing other mods to be compatible with it, and so possibly allowing to play all these things together and enjoy them. So as recently there's been some changes, let me show you, because the author of Solstheim Overhaul has given permission to modify the original ESM mod, so it's possible for me to release my modified version, which I'm using in my playthrough, and so I'm trying to have permissions also from the other modders whose mod I have changed to be compatible with this release of Solstheim Overhaul. So you can find the related thread on the Bethesda official forums, but anyway, I have this list of mods which I have already in my playthrough, which I plan to package and fix what still needs to be fixed, and then release as soon as possible when I am able to have permissions from the original authors, if this is possible. For most of them it should be possible. There are some that are so old that probably this is not possible, so I don't think what I will do with them, if release and then remove them if the author is not agreeing with it, but we'll see. Anyway, mods are, well, this is the main one. Oh, let me check if I'm showing you correctly. I think so. And this WallyBB mod, which I changed mostly as I cleaned it and fixed I think a couple doors not teleporting to the right place, and some scripts to enable, disable part of the fort during the werewolves attack, and more things like this. And I'm using this modified version, but the big change to this version is that I have this mod is particular, it has particular record structures in it, and some of them were not recognized by taste-free command, so it was not possible to clean it using taste-free command. I changed a little the source of taste-free command to skip this strange record, and I've been able to clean the mod, so that's the main advantage. And also I have compressed and the textures using texture optimizer, and fixed some texture paths inside the meshes, and so that's what I did mostly with the original mod. But more important, I have during these years made some changes and compatible versions with this new Solstheim Overhaul mod, and between each other of a lot of mods which were not compatible with Solstheim Overhaul during the big scope of Wally BB's mod. And now I'm trying to release them for player to enjoy them, because I've done most of this work already for myself, and I would be happy to have other people enjoy the mod without having to remove Wally BB mods or some of the other mods. Anyway, we will see if I'm able to get permission for release this compilation. I'm just trying to have, and I'm getting some good answer from a couple modders. We will see. Anyway, I want now to show you from my in-game what are these changes and what is the result of this compatibility pack. So I think I will go around the Solstheim island and show you what's been changed. And so I will just start from here with the new game and go there. I will just warp to the fort. I never remember what's the word. No, and so it's the other way around. So I will just teleport in the center of the fort and show you the main things that changed. The bigger changes are probably for compatibility with the necessities of Morrowind mod. First thing is this well, which must be scripted to disappear during the werewolf's attack, and some little things around. Oh, I think I will just enable a little global variable from my waterlife mod to have some debugging ring so I can fly around more easily. It should be this one, and when I change cell I should have these debug items added to my inventory, and so I should be able to fly around. Okay, so I can show you, and basically what I changed are mostly the walls and some path grids, and big changes are nearby the Moldy Hawker Tavern mods added by the Necessities of Morrowind mod, which now is compatible with the rest of the things added by the Solstheim Overhaul mod, and also this well is compatible, and this part with a food vendor and the Moldy Orca here. So basically exterior changes, and small changes also for compatibility in the port zone. This way. Very little things, I think, here. and maybe I moved some rock here to be compatible with other mods. Placing some sheep nearby. And the scripts to the well and the main doors, so they are restored after the main Blood Moon quest is done. And these are the changes regarding the necessity summary mod. So I think I will just take a tour around the island and show you the changes for compatibility with the other mods which I plan to include in the pack. And the first one is this Solstheim Forest Mill, originally modded by Rubberman, who did the mills and the original placement, and I took the mod and added the scripting to make it sort of working like the Skyrim version, where you can help the owner of the mill sewing the trunks, and you can gain also very little money for it. But anyway, this mod is already published to be compatible with standard Morrowind and Blood Moon, but I already released a Solstheim Overhaul version, but this way I'm sure that it's compatible with the more recent version. And this is the first mod which we have seen compatible. Mostly I had to move rocks around a little to make it compatible. So let's go on and going on following the coast. The next mod that I've tried to make compatible is this one by Carrot Ferret, and the Immerling Point. As usual, forgive my English, which I know it's very bad, but I can do not much for it. Anyway, I tried to make it compatible. As you can see, there's been several changes to rocks and landscape. And then going on, we have other changes to this. There should be other changes to this area, I think, nearby, because some little changes are from the Immerling Point mod, I think, these changes, and other changes are from the big ruins you can see now, which are from the 4th era Solstheim mod. Anyway, I've merged the mod together, so if we take a look at the name of the mod, Placing Things, you can see that a merge of the Nkardam's and 4th era and Immerling Point mods all merged together and adapted to work together and with the Solstheim Overhaul mod. So if I am able to get permission for this 4th era mod and Immerling Point, this one is not a problem, because Rubberman is releasing, the author is releasing it as a resource, and so I could be able to release this, which is very nice, I think, because these are all nice mods. So this part I changed very little, mostly this part where the bridge is connected to the land, and this is the first part of the Dwemer ruins added by the mod. And so let's go and look for the other parts if I'm able to find them, because it's snowing and finding things is a little more difficult. Oh, and that's another one over there. This one I had to move more things if I recall correctly, but not so much. And mostly, as you can see, it's been moved. So the entry is here. And this is part of the 4th era Solstheim mod. Change it to be compatible with Wally BB Solstheim Overhaul version. And there should be another couple of Dwemer ruins, but added by the 4th era Solstheim. But I think I will look at them after, because now I want to show you another mod. Oh, this is going nowhere. So, they didn't see me coming. Maybe I was flying too fast. Anyway, the next mod I want to show you is the Sosltheim Mage Tower by Dr. No, I think. Or, oh no, I will show you another of these Dwemer ruins from the 4th era Solstheim, I think. And here it is. As usual, I had to move some things to make it compatible. And nearby there should be the crashed Dwemer airship. Here it is. And as you can see, the Solstheim Mage Tower is nearby. This is an old mod by Dr. No. It's a fantastic mage tower with a small quest which I added to it. And so now it's surrounded by the big mountains added by the Sosltheim Overhaul mod, and it's compatible with it. And so on. Nearby there should be the Never Als and Forgotten Als mod, and basically I have mostly moved the doors to be able to go inside, one here and the other one here, so they are compatible. And going on, I think next one should be probably another Dwemer ruin, or the James M. Kiev Allied Ruins mod, but as you can see, with this weather it's a little difficult to find them. I must follow the coast probably, but there should be one in the mountains nearby. Let me check if I'm able to find it, because it's a little hidden and I would not want to spoil it, because I think it's good to have one of them a little hard to find. I will go to the west and try and find them. Oh, and another thing I made compatible is the Morrowind Children and expansion for the village of Fisk, which were not compatible because the Solstheim Overhaul mod is moving villages much more elevated. So all peoples added by the Children mod were sort of underground. Oh, and here is the first Aelid ruin from the JMK mod, which I have moved to be compatible. As you can see, it's hidden in this top of mountain place, and we have several other, I think they are free, several Aelid ruins which I have moved to be compatible on here. And going farther south we should have another one over there. And here it is. As you can see, I've tried to do my best to move and change as few things as possible compared to the original by Wally Bibi. And the other one, I think it's another mill by Tondur, also known as Kursan, I think, nowadays. You can find his mod at the Nexus. And this is the Histang Forest Mill. Oh, and that's one thing. I did not originally want to move trees from the original Wallis mod, so there are a couple of trees in this area which I'm not able to move from the related ESP mods, so I cannot move away these trees from the Eastern Forest Mill mod, because probably they are trees from the original Blood Moon mod, which have been moved by the Solstheim Overhaul mod, so I'm not able to move them. So possible solutions are: I touch these two trees, this couple of trees, and remove them from the original Wally BB mods, but I'd prefer not to do it. Anyway, if people request for it, I can do it. And other solution is just to open the game console and remove the couple trees from your game. This way you just click the tree. When you see the identifier of the tree in the console header window, just type disable and enter key, and the tree is gone. If you want to do a proper thing, you can also open the console again and type. Be sure to have still the identifier of the tree on the top of console window, then you can write set delete 1 and then press the enter key. And so this way the tree will be gone for good from your save, and you can do the same things for the other tree which is floating here. And you can even spare you the stress of typing the word, because you can just use the arrow up key to recall the previous command you have used in the game console, and just press enter after seeing the disable command, and then you recall the set delete one command and press enter again, and the tree is gone for good. So next time you save, the trees are removed from your game. Anyway, I repeat, I'm still available to change the original version. The version I've already changed of Solstheim Overhaul ESM mod. Even if I prepare not to touch it again, but it's still possible because I'm just working on this thing, so there is still time to make these changes without much problems. And it's better to make all the needed changes now, because then if you want to upgrade the master mod, it's more complicated, because you must use mesh replaces mesh updaters procedure to have things working correctly for the dependent mods, and it's more complicated. Not much for me, because I'm used to do this, but eventually for people going to update some mods for the Solstheim Overhaul master. So let's try and do this version so it doesn't need changes as possible. And I think I shown you most of things I wanted to show. Oh, I will try and find some of the Morrowind children to show also they are compatible now that they are moved to the new position of the Skull Village. And I think I'm going the wrong direction. So I got to go northeast. Anyway, this is an occasion to show you how wonderful is this mod, how much it does change Solstheim to be a completely new thing. And you must also think about exploring this place without flying, which is an entire new experience. You discover astounding things everywhere, like this one. And I think I have a hard time finding risk, because I know it's being elevated and it should be not far from that Dreamer ruin, but I think. Oh, and that's a nice little house. But I was looking for the village because that's where should be some of the children. I'm a little lost. I think I could be faster just teleporting to the right size. Oh, my frame rate is really bad here. Probably because that's the scheduling firing or the game reloading the big village. Anyway, there are changes also to the Skull village. But to show you the children, I think I must find the small village, which I don't remember the name. Because I think I will just take a look in Morrowind edit and find where are the changed cells to be faster finding. So let's see. Morrowind and view children plus family Solstheim Overhaul. So I will just load the mod. Let me check if you are seeing what I'm doing. So I think so. Okay. So I will just load the mod in view edit and look for the cell where changes are in Solstheim, and that's the Skull village, and I think that's the place. So these are the coordinates, and I will try to teleport there in game. Let me verify. Yes, I wrote the correct coordinates, and let's see if I can show you some children. And here they are. As you can see, we have
where are you from? What can I do for
the
you?
children from Emma's and Princess Stomper, I think, mod. Or I don't remember. I think some are from Princess Stomper. Anyway, as the village has been moved very high compared to the original Blood Moon, children were underground, sort of, and now they are compatible to the new placement of the village. And so I think I've shown you all I wanted to show, and well, if this project can be done, I think everybody could enjoy it. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.